In elementary school, computer games were all the rage. I've already used that fucking intro. First off, to start the video, I'm not going to rank these by a star rating. I'm not going to rank these out of 10, and I'm not going to rank these in a certain list order because I feel like my opinion is sometimes unpopular. So, stealing an idea from a different channel, I'm going to be rating these simply with two categories. Best game ever, worst game ever. So if you don't see your favorite game on the list, or you see a game that is judged incorrectly, be sure to comment it down below, and I'll be sure to delete the video and re-upload the video with the correct opinion. If you don't know what a Flash game is, they are games that are played on the computer that use Adobe Flash, which is sadly going to be going down by the end of this year. What a way to end 2020. Yeah, so it's no download. So this includes games such as Wizard 101 and Free Realms and Toontown. And right off the bat, I'm going to disinclude Pop Tropica and Happy Wheels because I feel like as they are Flash games, they are probably the biggest Flash games ever created, and I feel like that gives them a distinct advantage over all the games I'm going to be talking about today. So alright, fine, they're actually the best Flash games ever. But first, some honorable mentions. The original version, not the many app remakes. Now this was a truly great game for the beginning of desensitizing our child minds. Even though it was kind of like this interesting art style that other Flash games didn't really have, it was like hand-drawn. Wow, was it gruesome! Yeah, in super graphic ways, they would just have you kill your boss with different things you'd find in the room, like scissors, or a 9-iron, or a wall. And then after the deed was done, a guy in a big black trench coat would come sweep it all up and clean it up, and then you'd restart it. And you try to find all of the different ways you could kill your boss in the room, and then you beat the game. Yeah, I don't blame the schools for blocking this game at all. Straight out of the fucking gate with a barnstormer of a controversial opinion. Run. I personally was never entertained by endless runners, and some of my colleagues agree and some of them strongly disagree. But to this game and its sequel, it was super fucking popular because endless runners are just for some reason so entertaining to so many people. But for my brain, I just couldn't focus long enough to keep running to get to the end, even though the addition of skates in the second game was kind of cool. The Papa's games, probably some of the most played games in the fucking Commonwealth. There's so many different Papa's games. Your Papa's game might be different than what my Papa's game was. You might have played Freezeria, or Wingeria, or Pancakeria, or Spaghettieria. This game was like super popular, and it spun a bunch of spin-offs from it. And even my Twitter background right now is literally Papa's Enchiladeria. But something about making minimum wage and making crappy food for the customers who give you a shitty tip was so entertaining to so many kids, and that's why it warrants the best game ever. But to put this knife up now. If you played parking simulators, you're probably god-awful at parking in real life. I'll never really understand what the big hype around parking games were, because literally, I mean, there were so many of these games, and it would just literally be you just fucking making turns and not trying not to hit the other car behind you, while also trying not to hit the car next to you. But for some reason, we're parked so close together, and you're trying to fit in a space that's normally fit for the size of a Fiat. These games are super terribly boring, and so are you if you played these games. Fuck you. IQ Ball tested your IQ to the extreme. Each level, you advance to the next stage of hell to try to get to that sweet, sweet bullseye as you're swinging through levels, trying to figure out. Yeah, this game was super basic, but it was super fun for me and super addicting for me, and Philip is holding me at gunpoint to put this on the list. So here you go, Philip. Yay! If you enjoyed this game, you were probably getting 100% on those goddamn timed math tests. And as all of your friends were playing Papas or parking simulators, you were over here doing math on coolmathgames.com? Ew! Balloon's tower defense. I am being held hostage to put this on the list because people loved this game. What is there to say other than probably one of the biggest games on Cool Math ever? It spawned so many sequels. It's on the App Store. I didn't really love it as a kid because of its slow play style. I ended up playing a hacked version of it just because I couldn't really wait to level up my character long enough. This game was huge, and it does warrant the title of best game ever. You know what doesn't deserve that title? Nothing more to say. Just extremely aggravating. Well, Philip really did scrape this game from the dark abyss of my deep memories. And then when my brain actually remembered this game and went back and played this game, it was like, yo! Basically, you're just shooting random stuff like, I think it's baseballs and bombs sometimes at another raft, and you gotta take out all of their members of their raft before they take all of your members of your raft. It basically was Angry Birds before Angry Birds came out and became a juggernaut of a title and had fucking David Dobrik saying, "Oh, it's on!" That's me. Plain and simple. Fuck this game. Fuck its music. Fuck its simple design. It's so dumb. There's so many levels and no one cared. And if you were good at this game, it's the only thing you were good at and you're using it for clout. Fireboy and Water Girl, the pinnacle of elementary school relationships right here. Could you and another female interact long enough to be good at this game? Or you could just play with one of your best buds and realize that you were the true power couple of the class. Another game that really desensitized us kids was Stick Figure Penalty Chamber and all of its sequels. Basically, a guy is sentenced to death, and you, a 9-year-old kid in your computer lab, has to kill him. You have to take him out. With what? What are you gonna kill him with? Chainsaw? That's cool. You're gonna kill him with a 9-iron? Well, straighten your back and square your shoulders. I don't know, maybe kill him with a pistol. You seem straightforward. No, they had to make the killings as gruesome as humanly possible. Why? Who cares? Not surprised this game was blocked by our school's firewall. It was so gruesome for being a game with stick figures. From Newgrounds to Addicting Games to Cool Math, there were so many out there that I couldn't possibly list all of the best ones. I'm just listing the ones that I could remember. And again, if you have a problem or discretion with the list or what game is not on the list, be sure to make a comment down below and I'll delete the video and re-upload it for your enjoyment. Because as we all know, the customer's always right.
Who cares about the customer?